Alright, everybody, welcome to our little preview of the Yuukis LASportsTalk channel on YouTube, which will be renamed from the Lake Show Talks channel. I hope you guys enjoyed the little preview of yesterday when the Lakers lost to the Heat. So here's how the channel is gonna break down. I'm gonna be talking about what I'm gonna be breaking down in that channel and what to look forward to when it comes to Yuukis LASportsTalk. So we'll be covering two particular teams, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Los Angeles Kings. And we're gonna be breaking the games down by 4 sections. Okay? There's gonna be a few sections of breakdown. I'm gonna be calling it Tail of the Tape, individual player stories of the game and their schedule. Okay? So for example, with the Lakers game last night, Tails of the Tape, it's gonna be something like this, where I go individual stats. Team stats right here. So tail of the tape from last night, for example, from the Lakers game, and I'm gonna be doing something for the Kings game too tomorrow when they take on the Vegas Golden Knights. So for example, tail of the tape last night for the Lakers, 108 to 107, Miami won their game, and 30 to 28 in terms of assists, 44 to 38 in terms of rebounding, turnovers. Lakers won that battle 18 to 17. Turnovers, Lakers won that battle too. Field goal percentage, Lakers won that battle 54.3% to 46.6. But it was the horrendous and putrid 3-point percentage that digged them in. Miami was 32.4%, not very good, but the Lakers were worse at 30.8. And that's why you didn't win. The Lakers didn't win last night because of their putrid 3-point percentage, and they've been putrid on 3 points ever since the start of the season. Then, after tail of the tape, we go into what we call the individual players. Just like on TNT, when they do their coverage, they have the bar line on the bottom and the halfway line of their graphic, and then on the left, the away team, on the right, the home team, and 3 different players or 3 different stat lines that matter that everybody's looking at. So I'm going to do something similar with the graphic, where I pick 3 players from both teams. And in the case of the Lakers, for example, I chose Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves. The first 2, I'm going to go by the stars, like the star players. Like in the case of Lakers, it's LeBron James and Anthony Davis. In terms of the Miami Heat, it's usually Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Buckets, or also known as Jimmy Butler. So I chose those 4 from the 2 from each team, and then for the third one, I chose a player from the starting lineup that did good. So for the case of the Lakers, I chose Austin Reeves. And in the case of Miami Heat, I chose Tyler Hero. So I'm going to choose the 3 players from both teams, and I'm going to choose their stats. And choose the stats that actually mattered. For example, Anthony Davis did not shoot that bad, but there was a reason why he didn't shoot that bad. He went 4 for 7, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 9 points. Not too bad. Not bad in terms of field goal percentage, but the reason why is because he got injured. So my cousin and I were watching the game here at the house because we're fixing my computer. Obviously, that's why content has been slow. Now that we have Lake Show Talks, I can start content up again, albeit on a minimum scale. We've been fixing the PC for a while. My cousin and I joked that Anthony Davis was made out of plastic. And it shows. It actually shows. Because he's been injury prone. He actually held up twice in the second or third quarter. Twice. He's pulling up. I'm like, uh-oh. He's injured again. He pulled up again. Yup. Injury. Injury Davis right there. I'm sorry, but that's the first name that came into mind. ID Injury Davis. Seriously. But then I chose LeBron, who didn't do that bad. But the thing is like a typical LeBron, 30 points. 13 for 23, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 30 points. And then the wild card I chose for the Lakers is Austin Reeves. Not bad. 9 for 14, 10 rebounds, 9 assists, 23 points, and 3 for 8 from 3. Again, doesn't look good. But considering nobody else wanted to shoot a 3, he was like one of the best players to shoot a 3 for the Lakers. Okay. And I chose Butler, Bama Adebayo, and Tyler Hero for Miami Heat. And I believe Bama Adebayo got a triple double. I believe he got 20 rebounds, 10 assists, and 10 of something else while playing for 22 points. His field goal percentage is just 50-50. It's 9 for 20. Again, his main strength is rebounding, not scoring. But the fact that he scored 22 points is telling us something. And then the third section of the breakdown will be the story of the game, particularly for the Lakers. Okay, I have 3 points of emphasis that I decided to jot down in the notebooks, or in this case, a piece of paper. Okay, and I chose could not shoot the 3 ball late when close, because at one point the Lakers were actually close. Like, actually at several points the Lakers were actually close, and they couldn't shoot the 3 ball to save their life. And then Anthony Davis is looking injured. Again, like I mentioned earlier, made out of plastic, according to my cousin. Then they actually tried to rally. Final minute or final forward 2 minutes and a half. They started to rally from 11 points down. They fell short, and in the last 30 seconds, they had wide open threes and couldn't even sink one. Especially the last shot of the game. That was wide open for him. And he missed it. He missed it, not like air ball, but he just missed it. Period. Yeah, that's the story of the game for the Lakers. So I picked 3 points of emphasis based on what I watched. Now, sometimes we're going to miss something, and feel free to correct me in the comments, but I think those 3 are the big misses. So videos will go up on the Yuukis LASportsTalk channel when everything is set up, because I do plan to do live streams there. I also plan to do previews of the matchups. So the most important stat, and then I also give you guys the next game for the Lakers. So in this case, the next game for the Lakers is against the Houston Rockets in Houston at 5 p.m. tomorrow night on Spectrum Sportsnet. I will also be doing the same thing for the Los Angeles Kings. And actually, I already wrote the stat board. This is how it looks like. It's empty because the game is not until tomorrow. But it's a similar concept to the Lakers section. The only difference is I have to do different stats. For example, the tail of the tape for the NHL games are going to be the following. Goals, obviously, because that's how you score. Shots on goal, blocks, PP, PK, PEN minutes. So let's go over what those stats are. So first section that we're going to cover is tail of the tape, players of the tape, the game notes, and then the next games for the Kings. So tail of the tape in terms of stats, I'm going to be covering goals, how many goals did they score or how many points they scored, period. Shots, how many shots did the team take overall. Shots on goal, any shots that are on target in terms of the goal is going to be in that section. Any shots that end up in the back of the net actually count as a shot on goal, and it's a goal as well. Blocks. The goaltender does not count here. If we're talking about blocks from the players. So defense in a way. So if Anze Kopitar, let's just say Anze Kopitar takes a shot from the point, a player is right here, this player, and this goaltender right here, this player right here blocks the shot, that's a block. If the goaltender blocks the shot, that's a shot on goal. That's not a block. That is a shot on goal because the target is the goal and the goaltender. But if Anze Kopitar hits a shot and it's blocked by a player, that's a block. Okay? PP is the shorthanded way of saying power play. So how many power play can they convert? I.e. 5-on-4, 5-on-3, etc. So as long as you're on a power play, how many power play goals can you score? So if they say, for example, if I say, for example, in one game, the Kings are 1-for-7 on a power play. Oh goodness, that's putrid. But that's just an example. That means they were 1-for-7 on a power play, as in they converted one goal on their power plays. And then the other way around. PK stands for penalty kill. How many times were the team short-handed and they killed off the penalty? Killing off a penalty is exactly what it sounds like. How can you defend the net for the entire power play period for the other team? If, for example, tripping, it's a 2-minute minor. So can you defend the net for 2 minutes? If you do, that's a penalty kill. If you don't, that's a power play goal for the other team, and you go in 0-for-1 on the PK. Okay? Now, same thing if it's 5-on-3. Can you kill off a penalty 5-on-3? If it's a double 2 penalties, separate penalties, so can you kill that off? If you kill off a 5-on-3, it becomes a 5-on-4 and you are going 1-for-1 on the PK. If you kill off the second part of that penalty, which is 5-on-4, you are 2-for-2 on the PK and the other team goes 0-for-2 on the PP, on the power play. Okay, that's how it works. All right? 10 minutes, penalty minutes. How long did the team spend in the penalty box? Or a player on the team? If you spend about 4 minutes in the penalty box, that's not bad. That's actually very good. 4 minutes. If, however, you spend about 10 minutes in the penalty box, that means for some reason your team was undisciplined and you took penalties after penalty after penalty after penalty, whether it's earned or unearned. So that's how you break it down. And then similarly with the Lakers, I'm going to do players of the tape. 3 players who I think deserve the spotlight on both teams. The goaltenders are going to be getting their own spotlight section. Obviously, the goaltenders are special in terms of the team. And that's how they do it. So tomorrow, they are saying Cam Talbot is going to go for the Kings. And Aiden Hill is going to go for the Vegas Golden Knights. So those are the 2 goaltenders as of right now. If anything changes, I'll let you guys know on the channel. And then game notes, what did I see? And then the next games for the Lakers, for Kings. Now, with the Lakers, I can do 2 to 3 games in advance. For the Kings, I'm going to do it based on their next stand. For example, the Vegas Golden Knights game tomorrow is the last game on the road until 2 weeks from now. Because the next 4 for the Kings are actually going to be back home in Crypto.com Arena. So, for example, the next schedule is going to be tomorrow against the Knights. Then they come home for 4, starting on November 9 against the Pittsburgh Penguin. That's going to be on Bally Sports West. November 11th, they're going to be playing against the Philadelphia Flyers on Bally Sports West. November 16th is also a home game. That's going to be against the Florida Panthers, also on Bally Sports West. And then the outlier in terms of Bally Sports West is going to be November 18th when they take on the St. Louis Blues at home in Crypto.com Arena. But that game is going to be broadcasted on local station Channel 9, which is KCAL. And that's a little bit of a history here because back in, according to what I heard, back in the 80s, the Los Angeles Kings used to actually be on local station KCAL, but it was back then, it was called KHJ Los Angeles, not KCAL. Okay, so that's where the little history lesson comes into play. So it's a homecoming on KCAL local station KCAL 9. Okay, so those are the 4. What types of videos are we going to have on the Sports Talk channel? We're going to be having breakdowns like this one, like I mentioned with the Kings and the Lakers. We're going to have maybe some preview videos, preview of the matchup. For example, the next game, the Kings next game after Vegas is the Pittsburgh Penguins. So we're gonna break down the matchup preview with the Lakers, with the Kings and the Penguins. Who did the Kings play last? In this case, it would be the Vegas Golden Knights because that's their next game. And who did the Pittsburgh Penguins play last, and how did they do? Then we're gonna match up against the fight. And then final score prediction. Kind of like that. Then the breakdown of the games on the day of or the morning after, depending on what the content is for the night. Okay? Because I still have to focus on the main channels, including Mario Maker and main channel. Okay? But I will not, however, unlike last time, go into trade talks. I think that's too much. But we will be talking about trades if necessary. Now, live streaming. Okay, live streams are going to be different because I have to see if I can schedule one for the weekend. Obviously, I've been doing recordings and other content that I want to do for the channels. So we'll see how we're going to handle live stream for Sports Talk. Okay? That is a little preview of our Sports Talk channel. If I do decide to make it as a podcast, I will, but on YouTube. Okay, no more Spotify. That's a little bit too much for me, and no more Apple Podcast. That's a little bit too much. Okay, I'll try to keep my breakdowns less than 15 minutes. Okay, so that it's gonna be like a summary. I'm not gonna do player by player anymore. Okay, that's all for now. We will see you guys when we get started with that. Once again, the first Kings breakdown will be tomorrow night when they play the Knights in Las Vegas. That will be a 7 p.m. puck drop on TNT. I will try my best to break down the game around 10:30 tomorrow night. Enjoy, and we will see you guys tomorrow on Sports Talk, Yuukis Sport Talk.